today's video I will tell you about the honeybee. Now bees are vicious bitches. Don't expect them to beehive. Get it? Beehive? Shut up, I'm drunk. So anyways, bees make honey in their houses of wax. Their houses are long and thin like Sarah Jessica Parker's face. And my penis. The queen poops her eggs out and decides the gender of her babies known as her brood by the size of the cell she deposits it in. She won't fertilize the males, 'cause she used to be one. Just kidding! The larvae are fed royal jellies and switch to honey and pollen so they won't end up being fat bitches that the queen is jealous of. Young worker bees are like the bitches of the hive. Everyone's like, Cinderella, Cinderella, make the hive, fix the breakfast, wash the babies, do the mopping. Eventually they get better jobs like guarding the hive and bringing out their dead. Then they're finally allowed to leave the hive and forage, which is just a fancy schmancy word for "Lay off me, man, I'm starving! But I guess I'll bring these fat bitches something to eat." And because these bitches don't know how to fight, if they sting someone, they just die like little drama queens. What about those unfertilized males? Well, they are called drones, and their sole purpose in life is to stand around and look pretty until the queen wants the D. They can't sting, but if you bother them, they'll rub their boners on you. Seriously. They just whack it back and forth on you. So you're just dumbfounded saying, "Hey! Who dick slapped me?" Which is also what I say every weekend. The lady bees don't even pay attention to the men's because they're like lesbians or something. They'll even kick all of them out of the hive before winter so their fat asses don't eat all the food. Any boobs. These boys all gather from various hives waiting for the queen to get her royal hiney out there. Then instead of wooing her with chocolates and poems and shit, they just rush her and try to pull a train on her. Most of the poor bastards never even lose their virginity. If I was a bee, I would just say, "Fuck it. Toodles on this prissy bitch, I'm gonna go throw my genitals at this dude in the black and yellow jacket. Hi!" But the worst part is for the ones who do get it in. Their penises explode, they get paralyzed, then they have a couple seconds to shove it into the queen before they die. Now the queen and I agree on this part, because I wish my hookups would just die and his pecker would fall off too. I mean, I got the part of you I wanted, now go away. So now this little slut, the queen, is filled with 70 million spermies. FYI, I like to call my lady friends Queen Bee because they are also filled with 70 million spermies every weekend. Whores. The queen bee then sits on her fat ass to lay eggs like a lazy bitch. Sometimes the queen dies, sometimes the whole hive dies. Sometimes bees will go out to get her food and never come back because they get lost like big dummies. They're like, "I'm gonna go get cigarettes," and then they never return. Just like my daddy. Some queens go off to a new colony when the new queens are born and blah blah blah. They're so dramatic. Queens can live for up to 5 years, but their special queenly scent called pheromones decreases over the years. Until one day the other bees say, "Girl, you ain't smelling so good," and they begin feeding the new babies royal jelly to make new queens. Because the worker bees are haters. So the new queens eat royal jelly and the worker bees eat haterade. Then they do what is called cuddle death. They hug the queen to death. I mean, they're just chanting, "It's okay," over and over while the queen is like, "Knock it off, man." And they're still like, "No, it's okay," until she just starts crying. It's a total trust fall gone wrong. I would have said, "I'm sorry that people are jealous of me, but I can't help it that I'm popular." Then the virgin queens are born, and they fight each other to the death just to have another chance at a gangbang and to sit on their asses all day. And that's the life of honeybees. You're welcome.